Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Planet of the Apes. And this movie came out in 1968, and it's the original Planet of the Apes movie. And it's based on a book, and I've never read the book, in case anyone's wondering. And I think this was my first time I've ever seen this movie, and I'm a lot more familiar with the Mark Wahlberg one from 2001. But I don't really remember too much about that movie, so I'm not really going to compare the two. But this one I really enjoyed, and it was fun, it was entertaining, and it gave me what I wanted out of a movie like this, and kind of surprised me in a few ways. And when I say that, I don't necessarily mean story-wise. It's just some elements that were in the movie that you probably wouldn't get today. And one of those things being like, there's a lot of nudity in this movie, like naked men, and I was kind of caught off guard by that. I was like, okay. I mean, the most you ever see is naked men's butts, really, but like, still, it was kind of crazy. I didn't expect that. And I like the characters in the movie. I think they're likable characters, like our heroes of the movie, and I enjoyed where the story went, and I liked the ape characters. I thought I think they used suits or something, and I thought that looked very good, and the effects overall looked really nice and were convincing, especially for the time. Of course, like, there are some things that are kind of predictable and you can kind of see coming, and well, I did get that. I do feel as though the movie kind of makes up for that by the end of the film, and I do think the ending of the movie is great, and that made the movie like really great and memorable for me. And without spoiling anything, I've heard like the last line of the movie, like in Archer, and I didn't realize that it was from this movie, and that was kind of funny for me. And I'm not saying like it ruined like the impact of that ending scene. I'm just saying like that is what it reminded me of. And it did kind of feel as though the movie was trying to leave a message in the film that like human beings are just treating animals terribly, and like it was kind of just flipping that and trying to say like, what if humans were like not the superior species, and what if it was like the animals and they were treating the humans like how we treat animals. And that I liked about the movie, and I thought it was communicated well, even if it is pretty on the nose. I did feel as though it was communicated well. And although this movie is rated G for like general audiences, you got to remember that this movie came out in 1968 and there were only two ratings back then. It was either G or R, I believe. I don't know when PG was made. I think PG-13 was like sometime after Temple of Doom, because it was just so dark and violent. And I just found that to be kind of interesting. It's like, you gotta remember that there was only two ratings way back then. This movie's over 50 years old, and it still holds up to this day, and there's a lot about it that I liked, and I really enjoyed the journey that our main character went on. And without spoiling anything, it is kind of about him just like losing everything, and he has to like make do with like what he has left. The villain of the movie was serviceable. It's like, it's generic movie villain, and there wasn't really anything that I found to be particularly interesting, and like him clearly trying to hide things was like pretty obvious, and I was like, okay, I know where this is going, and you're very clearly like corrupt or just like trying to cover up something, and it just wasn't that interesting for me. And I do like how the ape characters call our main character Bright Eyes, like they nickname him that. And without spoiling anything, I do think it kind of has a purpose in the movie. And unfortunately, I can't say because I don't want to spoil anything, but that element I did like. And I did enjoy some of the chase scenes and action sequences that were in the movie, and they did go on for a while, and especially the chase scenes, and it was always exciting. It's just watching our main character run around and like not get caught, and it looks real. And that's what I love. It looks real, and it's actual guys in suits, and everything's all practical, and there's no CG that takes me out of it, and it just works overall. And I don't really have any issues that I haven't already said about the movie, aside from like the pacing. I felt as though it could have been a little bit shorter, like just by 10 minutes, possibly 15. It's just that I'm not really all that for a slow burn in the first however long of the movie. But that's about it. I don't really have much else to say about this movie. It's great. It's a classic. I have my own issues with it, but in the end, it's a good movie. So check it out if you haven't already. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Planet of the Apes, the original from 1968, an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Planet of the Apes, the original from 1968, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Rush Hour 3, so look forward to that. But until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.